South Africa has over 700,000 tennis players. Most of them play socially, while only 14,000 are registered. But with Tennis South Africa starting to focus on developing players, the organization's CEO, Richard Glover, is hoping to attract more players by establishing 5 development centers across the Rainbow Nation.
We're really trying to invest as much money as we can into the grassroots structures of the game, because ultimately, if we are to produce world-class players again, we need to get as many kids in South Africa from all communities playing as possible. And so these Growth Point Development Centres are important because they are being placed in strategically important communities with the aim of producing a future black champion.
Development at grassroots level, especially in township areas like Atteridgeville, Soweto, Mamelodi and Alexandria, have been lacking over the past decade. And it is an area Glover and his organisation are keen to address in the near future.
Tennis is on a very, very long road in terms of being put back on its feet. I think it's fair to say that we've neglected our development structures and our grassroots structures probably in the last 10 years or so. And I think we're probably reaping what we've sown in terms of the sort of the limited number of players that are being produced. So Tennis South Africa really has a very much a grassroots and development mindset now.
South Africa's Davis Cup and Fed Cup teams find themselves at contrasting places. But the TSA CEO is confident that the women will catch up to the men, as doing well in the competition is extremely important for the growth of the game.
We're probably more advanced from a Davis Cup perspective in terms of our sort of structures and planning than we are from a Fed Cup perspective. But those events are really, really important from a national tennis perspective, because it shines a light on tennis in South Africa and gives people a good yardstick or barometer of where we are in comparison to other countries internationally.
Tennis in South Africa is on the rise, and from having no major sponsors 18 months ago to now boasting over 8, all pumping money into its growth, the sport appears to be in good hands and headed in the right direction.
I think if we sit here and say, is Tennis South Africa in a better position now than we were a year ago, I think the majority of people within the tennis community would definitely say yes. So I think we're on a long journey. I think tennis in this country has a bright future based on the work that's happening now and based on the work that will happen in the next few months.
Tennis South Africa have certainly been through its ups and downs, but according to the CEO, they're financially stable and in a position to invest in development programs like this one in Atteridgeville, with an eye to one day producing an African champion and regulars on the WTA and ATP tours. Sias Plessis, CGTN, Atteridgeville.